So on top of lazy static and once cell, there's also an interesting change in Rust 1.63, which came out 5 weeks ago. And this is a big change for Rust because Mutex and read-write lock, also convar, but we haven't looked at that yet. But these two are for changing values, and these are now const. So what you can do is you can make mutexes and read-write locks that are const, and that means that you have a certain amount of flexibility there. You don't have to always use lazy static or once cell to do that. So it's actually really, it's one of those things that people have been waiting for a long time, because it's there used to be well, it's still there, but there's static mutes in Rust, and those are unsafe, and that was like that was something that people were using sometimes before once cell, I think, and they're unsafe because there's no mutex to make sure that the access is safe and so on. So let's just putting together something similar to the last example, except this time we don't have to use any external crates. So let's this doesn't mean that you won't ever use once cell. Like there's the delayed well, this is only for so if you have a mutex new, and that's a const function. Also, you can only stick something inside it that's also const function. So like a string new, but not like a string with an allocation or anything with an allocation. So if you have something with an allocation, then it has to be delayed, and then you're going to use lazy static or once cell. But for something, if you know it's just a string and you can start it out as nothing, then you can just do string new, or just like a simple number or something, like you want a mutex around an I32 or something. So global logger, we're doing another global logger, mutex vec of logs, and let's see, oh, and also vec new is const function as well. So mutex new, vec new. So we got this this empty vec, and then what we're going to do is have a function, and what did I call it? I called it do thing. All right, so we're just going to let's say it takes a date, and the date is just going to be a static stir. I'm making it static stir because they're nice to read when you're just doing a sample code. Don't have to do like toString all the time. So we've got the global logger, and this is pretty easy because it's just a regular mutex. So you lock it, and you lock access to it, and you unwrap to make sure it worked, and then you push in whatever you want. So we'll push in a log, and the date is going to have the date that we put in, and the message, so everything's fine. Fine to string, and that's all it does. So it's super easy. And then you go down here and do thing. This is what's the date today? It's September the 12th. So we say, okay, here's another one, 2022, 5/5. Of course, it's not checking to make sure it's a real date. We're not doing any of that checking. And then we're going to print it, and pretty print it, and that's it. So let's make sure it works. All right, what did I derive, debug, and there you go. So we have mutex, and inside that is the data, and everything's fine. So yeah, it's that's the cool thing about this video, is there's literally nothing new to learn. The only change is that you're allowed to do this as of 5 weeks ago. You can stick stuff in a mutex, and as long as the whatever is inside it is also const, then you're good to go. So vec new, string new, whatever else. If you have some functions of your own, and you think it maybe there are probably no allocations, and you want to do this, and maybe stop using a once cell or lazy static because it's it makes it take a little bit longer to compile, then you can make it into a const function, and then stick it inside that. And now you have yourself a global static variable, and you didn't have to use any external crates to do it.